What I'd like you to invite you to do is just to come onto the floor, and we'll just come into constructive rest pose. So you might need a block at some point. If you haven't, it doesn't matter, just a rolled up blanket or a pillow will do, shove under your hips. So you might want to grab that now. Okay, but just for now, knees bent, feet flat to the floor. We're just going to come into that constructive rest pose so that our lower back is against the mat. Place one hand, left hand, well, your place, this looks right to you, this looks like your right hand to you. Left hand on your chest, right on your abdomen. Okay, you can have your knees touching with your feet wide at the edges of your mat so that you've got that gentle support in your legs so they don't flop open. Eyes closed or soft gaze. So as we practice our yoga today, I would like to invite you to really feel what's going on inside of you and moving away from thinking and feeling. Moving into sensations and somatics. This is very important to help you feel grounded, basing this into a mindful practice so we can get ourselves into the present moment, so we're not thinking about the past, we're not worrying about the future, we're just working with the present. Yoga being a nice moving meditation. So if you can, really try to focus on that interoception, that sensing of the body, particularly feeling your core and your feet on the ground. So we're just going to work on a little bit of a body scan here today. We're just checking in. We're not looking for reasons why, we're just looking for snapshots, we're not looking for judgments or analysis. We're just feeling and sensing our baseline so we know where we're working from. So notice your feet, notice any areas of tension or sensation or nothing at all in your feet. Any sensations in your ankles and your calves and your shins, knees and backs of knees. Paying attention to any particular sensations or nothing at all in the thighs and the hamstrings. There's no right or wrong way to check in with the physical body. Notice any areas of holding and tension or even comfort in the hips. Notice any areas of tension, notice any sensations at all in the lower back and the abdomen. Moving into the upper back and the chest and the shoulder blades. Tops of the shoulders and the neck. Notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw and your face and your brow and your temples. Allow them to soften. Any sensations in the arms and the elbows and the forearms and the hands. And then just check in with the whole body now. Notice your energy levels. Just a quick snapshot of your energy, no looking for no reasons why. How do you feel on an energetic level? What about your heart space, your emotions? What are you feeling right now here? And your mind, if your mind is a car, how fast is it going? Ticking, idling, or 60 miles per hour? Noticing, just checking in mindfully. And then becoming aware of the breath. What is the quality of your breath here today? Is it short? Is it shallow? Is it up in your chest? Can you use the feedback in your hand on your belly to breathe into the abdomen area? Imagine there's a balloon behind your belly button. Feel each inhale and each exhale, expanding and contracting. Try to make the breathing here the background to your practice. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose unless you want to let go of additional tension, and sigh out through the mouth on the exhale, such as a deep just letting it all go. Make an intention now for your practice, a short positive statement beginning with I am. So flip your script. Whatever you're feeling today, if it's not as positive as you would like it to be, turn it into something else, the opposite. So if you're feeling anxious, you can say, I am calm. Repeat that 3 times. Make that as the background to your practice and just let it go. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come to a seated position. So what you might want to do if you want to get some elevation of the hips, particularly if your knees are higher than your hips, you might want to lift yourself up, sit on a pillow or a blanket or anything like that. We're just going to do a little bit of grounding touch and sensation. Really nice thing to do. So also as well, we're just moving with the lymphatic system. We're moving things around. Now tapping is really, really good because it helps us to find the edges of our body. And if we're feeling disassociated, it can really, really help us. So this is really good for vagal tone as well, which is all to do with your well-being. So first thing I'd like you to do, you're going to curl your fingers like so, okay? And I'd like you to have them at the centre of your forehead and then just sweep it down and round over to your temples. So bring your fingers into the middle, into this cupping action, and just sweep it down and round. Sweep it down and round a few times. Obviously the next one I'm going to have to take my glasses off. Just smoothing the brow. And then with your two-piece fingers, just draw nice big circles all around your eye socket, starting from the in between your eyebrows, and just draw round and up. So down and up, sorry, not round and up. Just draw that little circle down, round and up, following the line of the eye socket. So if you've got makeup on like me, I've had to draw in my eyebrows today because I don't have any. just concentrate on that nice sensation, that little bit of touch. Okay, and then we're just going to, next what we're going to do, just piece fingers either side of the nostrils and just draw underneath the cheekbones and up. And then just go all the way down the nose and up, down the nose and up. So this should feel nice and calm and relaxing, releasing that oxytocin that we get missing from sort of like we get from hugging. We can still get it if you look at other people's faces, by the way. That's why FaceTiming and going online socially is really good. Lovely. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our Star Trek Spock fingers. Whoa-hey! Like so. So we're going to bring the little V bit and just put that underneath our ears, like so. And then we're just going to bring and just draw that down and just draw it down round across the jawline, like so. It's quite calming, just feels nice, just to feel nice and calm. And then we're just going to do a little bit of tapping with soft fists. To make fists, thumbs inside, and we're just going to take our left arm and just tap all the way behind all the way down your neck, behind your shoulder blades, on the top of your shoulder. Just a little bit of tapping, and then the opposite side, just going up and down so you can get farther back behind you, like so. And then we're just going to do some tapping on our chest a little bit. This is all the things that I do when I work with, this is really, really good for trauma awareness. It's really good if you've got chronic sort of compassion fatigue, giving yourself a little bit of self-love, then tapping all the way down the side of your waist and going up and down and then round your kidneys. Just getting all the energy moving around that's getting stuck, all this energy that's getting stuck inside our bodies because we're not moving, we're not getting out much, and then just tapping down the sides of your thighs and going up and down. These are some of the activities you can do, particularly when you're feeling really anxious, so remember to do these. So if you're feeling anxious, this really helps, and then just inside your thighs. And then we're just going to do a little bit of squeezing and releasing. This is really nice. So we're just going to do place our hands, cross our arms over if we're giving ourselves a self hug, and just squeeze up and down your arms and your hands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So always quite nice when you're feeling a little bit, you know, if you want to give yourself more attention, when you're feeling like emotions are just getting a little bit too much for you sometimes in this particular climate, you know, we can do this just to really self-soothe and make ourselves feel more relaxed. So this one, obviously, I'm going to place my hand underneath the armpit, obviously where my heart is, so my right hand is going under my left armpit. Obviously that's mirroring, it looks opposite. So this is a nice one you can do when you're feeling really anxious or quite upset. It's just really, really nice just to do this nice squeezy hug with your hand underneath your armpit. And then just do some nice little flutters up and down with your butterfly arms. Just up and down. And that just helps you to feel within your body, within your skin, nice and grounded. We need this. When we're anxious, we're sort of up in our heads. So that feels nice, just squeezing, reminding ourselves who we are, where our bodies are, where the outline of our body are. You know, if we're feeling disassociated, it can be a real challenge. So what we're going to do then, obviously, we're going to start moving all the energy around the body, which really helps. All this stuck energy, the lymphatic system, which you get underneath your armpits, in the groin area, you know, underneath your neck area. All this energy gets nice, it gets stuck sometimes. So we're just going to take our feet slightly wider than hip distance, and we're just going to swing our arms around side to side. We're just going to get the body moving, get the body twisting. Imagine that your spine is like a metal rod and that you have this centrifugal force of the arms and your body spinning around. So try to focus on the sensation of your feet against the floor. Feel where your heels move. Feel any sort of resistance in your knees. This is really important to feel that kind of grounding sensation, and then just really shake it all out. Now, if you can't see me, it doesn't matter. Just shake everything out as if you're like a dog that's just been in the river. You're just shaking all that stuck energy and tension out of the body. Really shaking it out. Shaking it out. Moving everything round. When we go into ventral vagal or freeze flop, when we're very, very anxious, we're in fight flight. But when we go into ventral vagal, when we feel like we just get stuck, we don't want to move, we feel as though we don't want to make the effort to do anything, when we lose that sense of motivation that comes with being in social isolation, doing this, shaking everything off and dancing and moving around your kitchen, putting your favourite tracks on, you know, moving everything around your body, getting that nervous system, all that built up tension, okay? When you're building up your fight-flight tension in your body, it wants to expel it, but it can't expel it because, unfortunately, you're stuck in a house, you can't move, and you're told you not to move, and everything's out of your control. So you take back control and you move, you focus on your centre. So we're just going to stop and just place one hand on our chest and one on our belly, and we just want to come back to where we are. Which focus on your centre, your core, your agency, your personal power. Notice your breath there. Notice any sensations going through your body. Notice any energy. Notice the pulsation, your heartbeat. Notice your feet on the floor. Just really feel into that. Get inside. Don't focus on the outside, focus on the inside of you and what's going on. So we're just going to start, okay, we're going to start with a little bit of sound and breath. So feet hip distance apart, knees stacked over ankles, parallel like train tracks. We're just going to get the breath and body moving. using that vagal tone, okay? Ha sound is really important. So your sound's off. Don't worry folks, I can't really see you anyway. So we're going to take a nice big inhale, take our arms up. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend our knees and just go ha, and just throw everything behind us. Now if anything's pissing you off today, let it go. Inhale up. Ha. Inhale up. Ha. Inhale up. Big soft, big sigh out of the mouth. Ha. Move that energy out. Inhale up. Ha. 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 Inhale up. And come back to settle. Again, checking in with the body. Sensations on the floor. Heart, energy, pulsation. Okay, checking in with the breath. Nice deep inhales, nice deep exhales, nice strong abdominal breathing, massaging those organs, massaging that vagus nerve in your tummy. Okay, there's only two things that go through your diaphragm for breathing. It's your vagus nerve and obviously your esophagus, and you massage it with the deep breathing there. That's really important. So we've just done woodchopper pose, but we're going to start to explore, okay, this feeling of power, okay, and moving and feeling really strong and really grounded. So come into your mountain pose. Again, feet, big toes to touch. Separate your heels with your toes together. Then separate your front part of your feet. Feet parallel like train tracks, okay. Press your big toe down and the mountain big toe. Pull your pinky toes back. Feel your arches lifting. Lift your knee cups up to your hips by engaging the powerful muscles in your legs. When you concentrate on this action here, you feel grounded and stable and strong. Everything around you can go crazy, but if you feel centered and strong, connect with your stomach here, the muscles in your stomach. This is your sense of agency and power. Lift your front pelvis up towards your head. Lift those lower abdomen muscles up to your head. Roll your shoulders back, come into Tadasana. So that we don't feel the weight of all the problems on our shoulders. Feel that extension, spine long. Lift, lift, lift. Neck, spine, as if there's a cord pulling you up to the ceiling. So when you think of the mountain, you think of that metaphor. Strong, stable, powerful. That sense of immutability. There you go. I think of Percy Shelley there popping in. Literary reference on mutability. Lovely. And then we're going to start with our flow, everybody. Are we ready? Let's start with our flow. So, nice big inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Push your hips down. Inhale, centre. Side bend to the opposite side. Keep that chest lifted. Inhale, centre. Bend your knees, take your hips back. Okay, we're going to come all the way down and fold towards the floor, fingertips down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, curl your forehead towards your knees. And then roll all the way up, head last. Roll your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders back, chest lifted. Okay, inhale up. Exhale, right side bend. Inhale, centre. Exhale, left side bend. Inhale, centre. Exhale, bend knees nice and soft. Bend from your hip crease. You can place your fingers there just to give you that little bit of awareness. And fold. Come all the way down. Soft knees. Moving into those hamstrings. Inhale, half lift. Chest forward, spine long. 90-degree angle. Then curl your forehead in towards your knees. And then slowly, segmentally roll up. Feel that rooting. Press feet into the floor. Rooting to rise. Power, power, power. Rolling the shoulders back. Chest lifted. Come into your mountain posture. Activate the power in your legs. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, centre. Side bend to the left. Inhale, centre. Exhale, fold. But from your hip crease, bend your knees, fold all the way down, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, half lift, chest lifted. Okay, exhale, roll. Come into a tight ball. Exhale, power into that legs, power into the legs. Press, press, press. Roll segmentally. Pull the shoulders back. Get into that powerful mountain posture. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, centre. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, centre. Bend from your hip crease as you come down onto the exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, tuck into a tiny ball. Pull yourself up, power in, pressing into the feet. Inhale up, lifting, lifting, lifting. Okay, and Samastha. So, lovely. What we're going to start doing then is going to move into a nice power lunge. So we're just going to come into, okay, we're going to come into bend your knees. Okay, we're going to come into ragdoll. So I like to put my thumbs here, right here, to give me some awareness. So my feet are parallel, like train tracks. Put in my thumbs right into that hip crease. And as I fold, my chest is flat, my spine is long, lifted, and I fold with the flat back. And I like to push my thumbs into my hip crease and pull back and up. Okay, and you will really feel that when you push your thumbs back and up, you will feel that engagement, the way that it tilts your pelvis. You will get a stronger stretch into the hamstrings. You want to move into that stretch so it feels comfortable. Check those knees are stacked over your ankles, that they're not kneed. Grab the opposite elbow. Allow everything to soften and get really, really super heavy. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling and feel you're working into the fight or flight hamstrings. These are constantly running, twitching underneath everything going on here. Probably a little bit tight, but you can't release that tension because we're stuck inside our houses. Okay, we're going to come into a low lunge. So, I'm going to take my left leg back, that'll be your right. If you need anything to give the extra cushioning, roll your mat underneath. Okay, lovely. So we're going to come into a low lunge, making sure this front knee is directly above the ankle. Use your hand to push yourself up. Now, working in the opposite direction, you're using that tension, okay? We're activating, okay, working on our hip flexors here and working our core. So, keep that core nice and strong. Imagine that you're pulling the front heel back and pushing the front knee forward. Okay, so you've got that Brucey bonus going on. Lovely. So what I would like you to do is interlace your fingers and place them on your thighs. And then I want you to really round your back and pull your core in. So you've got this active arching of the back. Really get that abdomen nice and concave. Pull, pull, pull that core in. Pull that active legs. Lovely. And then inhale. Stack your shoulders over your hips and lengthen, hands here or up here. Shoulder blades gliding down the back and come into your low lunge, like so. Okay, check your positioning, make sure that knee is above the ankle. We're going to power up into the high lunge. Place that hands on top of each other and push into and really be strong in your back leg. So you're going to lift that back knee. Press, make sure both feet are pointing to 12, your hip points are facing forward, your little legs. Strong, press down into that front foot, grounded and strong. Explore that upward lift and experience going all the way up in your high lunge. Lovely. So what we're going to do now into our high lunge, we're going to drop this back foot so that your heel, so that this foot is parallel with the short side of the mat. Check your heel to arch alignment. The front heel is in line with the back arch of that foot. We're going to come into warrior 2. Don't worry so much about how the pose looks. Come into how it feels. So, chest lifted, spine long, strong core, facing to the side. Really press down into that back foot nice and strong. Keep, and then push your arms away from you. Nice. So we're coming into warrior 2. Sorry. Okay, nice and strong. Looking at that middle front finger into your drishti, your positioning. Nice and strong. Activate that glute. Can you turn this glute on? Just check it. Give it a squeeze. Is that glute turned on? Is that knee not going in? Make sure that knee's going, that kneecap is going more towards your pinky toe. Make sure that that knee is directly above the ankle. Okay, we're going to come into triangle pose. So, this hip is going to go back as I straighten my front leg. Imagine my arm has a pole. Somebody shoved a pole into my sleeves of my jumper. And then I tilt as my hip goes back. You can take your hand behind your back if that feels comfortable, or take it up and tilt, tilt, tilt. Squeeze the thigh muscles, pull everything into the midline as you come into your triangle position. Now the natural thing to happen is your bum will stick out, your chest goes forward. Push that forward, push your bum forward, pull your head and your chest back. So you're looking for this long line of energy, and you're rotating. I'm rotating my upper chest. I'm rotating it all the way up towards the ceiling. So I've got that rotation and the strength and the power in those legs. Really feel it. Okay, lovely. Now that we're in triangle, okay, we're going to reverse it. So take your hand that's on your front shin, bring it up towards the sky, aloft, holding the gin and tonic. Lift, lift, lift. Strong legs, pressing into these feet. Lifting, taking that hand and that back leg. Feel that stretch and that lengthening all the way up. Okay, and then come all the way down. So we're going to come now into, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the positioning of my feet. So both of my feet are now parallel and wide, parallel with the short edge of the mat. Woo! Check it out. Okay, so I'm going to do it the other way because it's just a little bit too, So, really working on doing a wide-legged forward fold. Where's your hip crease? Put your finger or thumb there. Okay, really press down into the feet. Pull your kneecaps up, squeeze your thigh muscles tight up towards your hips. Lift and lengthen, lean back, lengthen, 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 long spine. See how far you can fall with the flat back. Lead with the chest, not with the head. And keep squeezing those thighs. Keep squeezing those thighs. Okay, only come as low as you feel the stretch in your hamstrings, those inner thigh muscles. Don't lock your knees out if you've got a dodgy knee like me. Tiny micro bend. Keep pulling the kneecap up. Nice, strong thighs. Lovely. Okay. Inhale to come up with a flat back. Feel that lift and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Press into the floor. Feel that extension and the power. Lovely. So we're going to do that the opposite side. So, okay. So what we need to do is we need to take this back foot forward. Come towards the front of the mat. And come into mountain pose. So we're going to just do a little bit of a flow in between so we can get back onto the floor, get into that original position where we come into that low lunge. Nice big inhale to come up, lift and lengthen, nice big side bend to the right, push your hip out, inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale to the side, inhale to lengthen, bend your knees and fold. Chest towards thighs, feel, push your hip crease, up and back, feel that stretch in the hamstrings. You're going to feel that as you tip your head down, and then we're going to take the opposite leg back this time. So take it all the way back, drop that knee, so I've done it the other way, sorry. Woohoo. So you've got the other leg I had last time, so you'll need to have your right leg back this time. So knee over ankle, okay, push yourself up, coming into that low lunge, make sure that your hip points are nice and square, shoulders over hips. Okay, so interlace your finger on your thigh, you're just going to really press down into that thigh and really arch, pull, concave your belly, your spine, up towards us. You're pulling your belly button up towards your spine. Round, round, round. Active, pulling that front foot back, front knee forward. Strong and active. Okay, now inhale, come into your position here. Chest, shoulders over hips. Lift and lengthen if that feels comfortable. Take your arms up. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Shoulder blades gliding down the back. Get ready for your high lunge. Okay, use that hand on top of each other on the knee just to get that little bit of power. Lift that back knee, lift, use that strength. Strong, explore that upward feel. Feel that empowerment, feel that strength, that groundedness as both feet coming to 12 o'clock. Way, hey, hey. Woo. Nice. High lunge. Nice big inhale. So you've got hands here or here. Oh, I've got the opposite leg now, haven't I? That's what you get when you get excited. Because I was wiggling a bit, wasn't it, earlier? Okay, wrong leg. Woohoo! So nice. Lovely. So you've got heel down. Then we're going to drop that heel. So you're going to swivel that back heel. So we're coming into warrior two. So we've got heel to arch alignment. That's in line with the short end. That's in line with the long end. Check that knee and come into your warrior two. Knee above ankle. Knee going towards the pinky side of the toe. Chest lifted to the side. Pushing the wall away from you. So can you feel that glute turning on? Woo! Strong thigh pressing into that straight leg foot. Lovely. So we're in our warrior two. Powerful. Feel that extension. Tailbone going down towards the floor. Core nice and strong. Shoulders back and open. Chest lifted. Come that warrior pose. You are warrior princesses. Princess Xena, if you remember it. Oh, it was just so good. Okay, so we're going to come into our triangle. Lovely. So as we come into our triangle, this hip goes back as we straighten this front leg. We squeeze this quad. Okay, we come into that side bend. Okay, we're making sure that this chest is rotating up towards the sky. Our neck is an extension of our spine. Hand here or behind the back. I like it behind the back because I can get that rotation in the shoulder. I'm squeezing both my thigh muscles. Lovely. So this one is a deep thigh stretch. Really imagine you're pulling both your feet together. Really strong thigh muscles. Remember, when we're grounding, we're focusing on that sense of strength that comes from the legs. It makes us feel stable, it makes us feel strong. Okay, so as we come into our reverse triangle, you take it all the way up, take your front hand all the way up, aloft, with the sacred chocolate cheesecake, with your hand on the back thigh, strong legs, pulling the thighs towards each other. Okay, nice, and then come all the way down into triangle this way, and bring both your feet so that they are now parallel to each other, slightly pigeon-toed, heels out, wide as it feels comfortable. Again, coming into that forward fold. Inhale to lengthen, slight back bend, fingers on your hip crease. Lead with the belly, the chest. Fold, squeeze those thigh muscles towards each other. Feel that energy, feel that power in your legs. As you come into that deep, only come into the stretch. Move into the stretch, don't go past the stretch. I'm not expecting you to drop your head to the floor. Keep your chest lifted if you want and your spine long. You're still going to get that deep, deep stretch in the thigh. Lovely. Okay, nice big inhale to lift and lengthen. Power up, press into the floor. Lovely and strong, lovely and strong. And then coming to the front of the mat, Samasthi, which means equal standing posture. Let's do a little bit of our flow once more. Okay, a little bit of a vinyasa, not as in a full vinyasa though. A little bit of a vinyasa. So nice big inhale. Remember what to do with your feet. Big toe mound, pulling pinky toes back. Pull up the kneecaps, powerful and strong. Bring the lower abdomen, pull it up towards your head, shoulder blades back. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, centre. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, centre, and this we're going to come into our ragdoll. Fingers over the hip crease, bend the knees, pull. I like to put my thumbs in there. I'm pulling my hip crease up and back. My knees are stacked over my ankles. Okay, I've got a flat back as I'm doing this, and I'm moving into that stretch. Okay, moving deep into that stretch. And then hanging there in the ragdoll pose, heavy head, focusing on sensation and feet. And then when you're ready, come down onto the floor, whatever feels comfortable. So we're going to do a little bit of a hip openers today. Hip openers to get all that funk and tension out of the hips. Okay, so whatever feels comfortable for you. Lie on your back. Okay, so we're just going to have our feet really quite wide, edges of the mat, knees bent. Okay. And then we're just going to come into a deep psoas stretch, as well as a piriformis stretch, which is to do with the sciatic nerve. So this is good for the lower back. So I'm going to place my left, which will be yours, on top, okay, of my thigh. Now, two options here. The option number one that you can stay with is just to gently push the knee away from you, and if that's enough and you want to stay there with your figure of 8, with both your feet flexed, that's perfectly fine. If you want to come into a more deep stretch into the piriformis to release the tension on the sciatic nerve, you can place both your hands either side of the thigh that's underneath that bent leg and gently bring it on the exhale, so you can bring that shin towards you a little bit. Doesn't matter how far you want to bring it. If you're flexible enough, you can put your hands on your shins or just have it on either side of your thigh. And just feel that stretch. A nice bit of lower back release. So we're going to come into a figure 4 twist. So take your arms out into a T position, goalpost arms, and then just drop that top foot onto the floor. So you come into that deep twist, keeping both your shoulder blades flat to the floor. That's just crack my back, save yourself £50 from chiropractor. Don't know how it's going to do it like, you'll have to do it psychically. Okay, so you just feel that stretch all the way down, just move into that, see what that feels like. Whew. It's a warm day today. Hope you're getting the gin out later and some nibbles. And just feel that release, okay, and then use your core strength, nice and strong, lift, use that core strength to lift, okay, that feels nice. And then what we're going to do now is then do it the opposite side. So opposite ankle on top of that thigh. Okay, flex that top foot. You can push that knee away if that's as far as you want to go. Or if you want to place your hands either side of the bottom leg thigh and pull it in a little bit on the exhale. Keep flexing both feet to protect your kneecap. If you feel as though you can pull it in a little bit more, don't bring your head up towards your shin. Make sure your back of your head and your chin are resting on the floor, whatever feels comfortable for you. So this is a version of pigeon when you lay on your front, which can be a bit sharp on the old knees. Oh, I find it sharp. But with my dodgy knees, going up and downstairs. I'm not running anymore because it just hurts. Okay, and then take your arms out to the side, and then we're dropping that top foot, keeping shoulder blades glued to the floor. If your neck feels nice and free, drop your head over towards the opposite side. Nuns reverse. Father Ted. Now go on. Use your core strength to bring you back up to centre. Bring both your feet to the edges of the mat with your knees bent. Okay, take your arms into cactus position. Oh, cactus arms, with your elbows in line with your shoulders, backs of hands, wherever they feel comfortable resting. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to drop our knees to stretch out that psoas muscle. This is our major fight or flight stress muscle. Drop, because our knees are wide, because our feet is as wide as the mat, drop our knees all the way over to one side. Now I'm dropping my knees, what you will probably think is I don't know, left or right, whatever. It probably works the opposite way around on Jitsi. Jitsi, 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 Jitsi. Okay, so this outer knee, okay, I'm going to place the ankle of this outer knee on top of the knee that's gone inwards. So I'm creating a kind of shape like this. So the knee that's bent inwards, so you're coming into that deep, deep, deep abdominal and psoas muscle and hip stretch. Try to keep your shoulder blades as flat to the floor as you can. Softening into that, just feeling the sensation and the weight of the heaviness as you allow everything just to go into the floor. Oof. I can really feel that psoas muscle stretching here. It's quite a deep core muscle. Okay, and then release. Okay, and then just bring your feet both bent, feet flat to the floor, and then drop them to the opposite side this time. So you're getting that nice deep stretch. And then if you want to, I'm going to place this ankle on top of the bent knee. So my outer foot is going on top, like so. So it's creating this crazy kind of figure. And just soften and relax into the stretch. Just notice how that feels. So we've done a little bit of movement today, and it's been quite strong and intense, but it is good to get some of that trapped energy really released, and also a little bit of movement does us good. Strength and empowerment. We've got to be like warriors, haven't we? Whenever I think of a warrior, I think of Grace Jones. She's my icon. She's amazing. Amazonian. Empowered women make me happy. Okay, and then release. And then if you've got something to prop up underneath the old, you can have a block or a book or whatever. This is a very, very nice supported bridge which helps to settle the nervous system. Okay, it can be anything elevated that just slightly elevates your hips a little bit. Okay, so I've just got my knees bent and I'm just going to pop that underneath my pelvis, right underneath my sacrum, just to allow my knees to drop together. You could alternatively, if you've not got a block, do legs up the wall. Legs up the wall is lovely, very good. If you've been keep working all day, you just sit a few, maybe 12 inches away from the wall, bend your knees, flick your legs up, and just go like that. Okay, both these do help to settle your nervous system. This is what all of these classes are about, settling in our nervous system, moving around stuck energy, getting all of that trapped nervous tension, that fight or flight tension, getting it out there so we don't drop down into ventral vagal and go into freeze flop. Freeze flop is when that's the totally immobilised. I just remember when I used to go through the worst stages of my depression. I used to spend days in bed because I think my mental health was it was at its worst probably in my 20s, I would say. And I could quite easily spend a full day in bed. I was properly in that freeze flop phase. Just no motivation. And then I found yoga. And then it helped me to start to slowly get myself moving, getting that energy moving out, finding ways of practicing meditation, mindful movement, stabilising homeostasis in terms of my whole nervous system. Really helped me a lot. I think it's just been so great. But each to their own. So just allow your body to settle. It's just good to feel the weight of the hips and the heaviness. The most important thing to remember is when we want to feel as though the whole world's going all crazy around us, just a nice sense of you know, heavy settling of the body. It really helps with the nervous system. So when you're ready, take your block from underneath. I'm going to just do a little bit of pranayama. Pranayama. I'm going to do a breath-centered sort of relaxation first of all. So we're just going to do that. We're going to start with that. I'm just checking the time. Ooh. So come onto your backs with your knees bent. It's about 6:47, which is about right really. Whichever feels comfortable from you. You can have your knees coming together with your feet wide, or you can just completely relax your body. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your chest. It's very soothing, very, very soothing. So close your eyes or a soft gaze. And I'm just going to take you through this. So when we work with the autonomic system, PLS, and you know, the breath is the best way to access dropping down into homeostasis, to equalise our nervous system. So when we have a very restless mind and we can have a focus on the breath as well, that allows us to practice mindfulness too. So I just want you to breathe comfortably for a few moments and accessing the awareness of both the inhale and the exhale, the movement of the breath in and out. And just allow the body to soften. Just feel the weight of the body against the earth. The earth is holding and supporting you. That sense of security and comfort that comes from that. And if your mind wanders, which it will do, and which is perfectly natural, every time it does, I want you to just bring yourself back to the simple focus of the breath, the sensation of it. Without thinking, just feeling, just noticing. Focusing your attention, gently bringing it back every time. Just simply observe your breath without judgment. Try to make your breathing as gradually, as smooth and relaxed as possible. And then we're going to do the following pranayama practice. We're going to inhale for 4, hold for 2 and exhale for 6. Now that's not set in stone. If you find that 6 is too uncomfortable, ease back. If you find holding makes you feel trapped or nervous or panicky, do not pause. So we're inhaling for 4, pausing for 2 and exhaling for 6. If your breath feels uncomfortable or short or grasping, just ease off onto that ratio so it feels comfortable. There should be no discomfort. Listen to our bodies. Just listen. Follow the breath. Keep counting. Keep your focus. And then allow your breath to come back. To its normal, natural breathing. And we're going to practice squeeze and release. So when I ask you to inhale, squeeze part of the body, squeeze it tight, hold your breath, then on the exhale, let that part of the body go. And focus on the sensation between squeeze and release. On the next inhale, scrunch your face up tight, 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 push your lips, squeeze your eyes. Hold. And exhale, release. Now, in the next inhale, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Hold your breath. And then exhale, release. Notice the sensations between tension and softening. On the next inhale, take your thumbs inside of your fingers, make them into fists and squeeze all the muscles in your arms. On the inhale, tight, tight, tight. Hold and exhale, release. If you're laid on the floor, push your back into the floor. Push your abdominals tight as if you're pulling them towards your spine on the inhale. Hold and exhale, release. On the next inhale, squeeze all the muscles around your hips and your glutes. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. Hold and soften and release. Notice the difference. Now bring and pull your kneecaps, squeeze your muscles on your thighs, pull your kneecaps up to your hips. On the inhale, squeeze, 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 and exhale, release. Now on the next inhale, pull your toes up towards your knees. Pull, 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 so press your heels away, squeeze your calves and your shins, hold, and exhale, release. Then for one last time, squeeze every single muscle in your body on the inhale, squeeze tight, hold, And exhale, soften, relax, become heavy. Just collapse down into the floor. Let everything go. Let go of all focus. Just let your mind be as it is. Let any sounds or sensations or anything that comes into your awareness, just allow it to drift in and out like clouds. Feel the ground on the floor. Feel everything nice and heavy. That relaxed sensation. Feel the tactile sensation of the clothes. All points of contact touching the floor. Feel that sense of touch awakening. Allow your senses to reach outwards. From aware of your fingers and toes and start to give them a little wiggle. Maybe gently move your head from side to side. Rock your head from side to side. Okay, so take your time. If you want to push yourself up to a seated position, just take it nice and gently. Come back up to a seated position